Hey guys, how you doing? Today I am going to be making some they call them Snickers dates. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're pretty much dates stuffed with peanut butter and then rolled in chocolate, and you can add like nuts or coconut. I like coconut, so I'm going to add some coconut on the top. Yeah, so all you really need is some peanut butter. I like creamy. You can use whatever kind you want. I am using, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, medjool dates. These ones have a pit, so make sure you have some tweezers to pull the pit out. I already did that, just to, get that started. And then I got some, you can use chocolate chips, and then you can add some, if you want to add a little bit of coconut oil, it kind of thins it out a little bit so it's not too thick. Or you can buy the melting chocolate. You can find it in the bakery section. I went ahead and melted that also. I'll show you that in a minute. And I like to use just regular sandwich bags. I use it for a little piping bag. You can stuff the dates with this. I'll show you how to do it. Or you can slice them and just, add it with a little spoon or a knife. But yeah, they're very good. Lots of fiber. They're probably a little bit healthier than Snickers, but they're really, really addicting. This is like my 4th time making them this month. But yeah, so we're going to get started, and I'm going to show you what I like to do. Okay, so what I like to do is add my peanut butter to a Ziploc bag. I just put it in a cup like that. Put the peanut butter in, and then get a little piping bag. Kind of seal it up. Okay. And then you're going to cut a little bit of that tip off, and that's going to be your piping bag. And then here's the coconut flakes. I like sweetened. And my dates. Got a little hole at the top there. That's where we're going to add our peanut butter. And I like to use a sheet pan, and I put it in the refrigerator so when the chocolate melts, it'll start to harden right away instead of, getting everywhere. So I got my cold sheet pan here. We're going to cut the little tip off of the bag. Sometimes it's a little hard getting the peanut butter right into it, so sometimes I'll poke my little pinky finger in there to kind of open it up. And then you're going to squeeze it on in there. Just like that. Nothing fancy here. Just like that. I'm going to pause, and I'll be right back with you when I'm done with these. Alright, we just got a couple more to do. Alright, so we got our delicious looking dates. And the chocolate out of the microwave. I'm actually going to turn this around. We got our little tray of melted chocolate. So I like to just go in by hand, actually, as long as your hands are clean. You know, you should be okay. So you just kind of roll it. I like to scoop. I like to kind of rub it off. You don't want, you don't want it to be too much chocolate on one. But yeah, you just roll it in there however you want. It's a little tedious, but it's fun. You can have your kids help or your nieces and nephews. These are really good. And their dates are really good for added fiber, if you didn't know. Kind of like raisins and apricots and stuff. So yeah, so pretty much you're just going to continue to roll your little dates in the chocolate. Don't be afraid to get messy. This is all fun. It all cleans up. Whoops. I'll do a couple more. Kind of wipe them off. Yeah, so you're just going to do all that, and then we're going to cover it with whatever you want. Like I said, I'm going for coconut, but you can do more chocolate chips, peanut butter chips, sunflower seeds, craisins, literally whatever you want. The world is your oyster. Well, you don't have to watch me do all of them, but you get the point. So you're just going to lay them out on that pre-chilled pan you got there. And then I'll come back and we'll put some coconut on there, okay? Alright guys, I am back. So my chocolate melted pretty quickly, so I'm just adding a little bit more on the top. I got my shredded coconut, and I'm just gonna a little dab on the top. I might leave a couple plain, but yeah, it's so good. I really like coconut. Also good fiber. So yeah, that's all you're gonna do. Got a little bit on me. Put a little bit more chocolate. Don't be afraid to get messy. I love my little baby spoons. Okay, just a little bit more coconut. Kind of smash it on in there. And then yeah, we're gonna let it chill for like, I'd say like 15 minutes, and then you're gonna, sometimes they're a little bit hard to get off the pan, so I just use like a really sharp knife and I kind of like scrape it off from the bottom. Alright. Don't worry, we'll eat that extra coconut, or we can just put it back in the container. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, so we're going to put that in the refrigerator for 10 to 15 minutes, and then we are good to go. And your family is going to love these. And you're not going to feel as guilty eating these because they do have a little bit of fruit in them. But yeah, really good if you're trying to... They're actually very rich for how small they are. You'd be surprised how satisfied you actually get from these. So, alright, we are going to go and test one of these little guys out. They've been in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes or so. Got our little coconut on there. They're very rich for being such a small little thing. They're very satisfying. Just trying to watch your sugar. You get some fiber in there, a little bit of coconut. Really drives it home. But thank you so much for watching my little video, and I hope to do more crafts and baking on this channel. So check me out. Bye.